I would take this opportunity to thank the organizers for inviting me as a keynote speaker over here. To start with, I would like to say I've got a bad throat, so I will be speaking a little slowly. The first thing which I would like to say is today I'm here not to present challenges but solutions, and that also solutions to labor, which is a very, very challenging issue in itself. So the second thing I would also like to mention, in continuation of the Electronic Delivery of Service Bill, that what we have attempted to do is to deliver all the services concerning labor online. We have created a portal called Mahashram, in which all the various services will be available online. The Labor Department interfaces with the businesses as well as with the labor, and it has got also interfaces with its own government offices. Now I will tell you the story of how we have gone about the whole thing. In this presentation, I want to give an overview of the Mahashram project. Why we call it Mahashram is because it is a giant labor and a giant labor force which propels the momentum of growth of a nation. So we have therefore called this program as a Mahashram project. What are the benefits I'll discuss? What are the unique features here, and what is the vision? As you can see, my project has 4 major components. One is we are empowering the labor by giving him registration and financial inclusion. The state has got 4.5 crore laborers. That means 45 million workers are there in the organized and unorganized sector. And we plan to register all the workers and open their bank accounts, except the agricultural workers, which form about 2 crores, with the businesses and providing them e-services. The fourth is we are creating a network of 24,000 business correspondents all over the state, so that the labor can easily withdraw the money which it will be getting. I will describe this, what it is. In Maharashtra, we have amended 5 bills and acts in which we have mandated that all labor in organized and unorganized sector, except the farm labor and the domestic workers, will be paid their wages, bonus, gratuity, HRA, online only. That is, they will be paid either through check or the banking system EFT. Now this mandate has already come. And in order to do this, we have to create a chain and a network of business correspondents, so the facility of withdrawal of the monies is available to the laborer within a radius of 2 kilometers distance. Now, this is what we have done in this project. So I will just come further in the story. I will first deal with the financial inclusion and registration. We have, as I have mentioned, so many workers, 45 million. How we did the financial inclusion process was broadly, it is like any other process. There's a planning, there is awareness, data collection, validation, and then we have the data transfer. We would be giving a wage card, which will be a single multi-purpose card, and which will be linked to the labor management system. It would be some kind of a ATM card. But ATM cards which will be biometrically enabled. And biometrically enabled means the labor has to go to any of the business correspondents which has been authorized by the RBI and which has got the tie-up with the banks. And based on the thumb impression, he can access his account and withdraw the monies. This is how the system works. The labor with the bank card goes to the ATM or the business correspondence, which is connected to the financial inclusion server and through the to the service provider, and he can withdraw the money. The financial inclusion servers are servers with the bank. The second thing which we are doing is we are opening the banking accounts, data collection, verification. Again, we have this system of submission of the forms and account opening. Now, I will just say how it happens. The laborer comes to the bank. He gives his biometric and the data to the bank with the help of the TSP. The TSP is the total service provider whom we have engaged to facilitate the process. And through that, he will be then financially included in the banking server, and then he is issued the wage card. In more detail, it looks something like this. The data is collected, the automated data verification and validation is done. There's a process of deduplication to see that he is not already registered somewhere else. Then it goes to the centralized data server, it goes to the financial inclusion server, goes to the bank, the account is created, and the laborer gets the card. Now, the special features are, there's a deduplication technology, there is secure attendance recording, and interoperability between the government systems, including the UIT, which we'll do at a later stage. Why we are doing it at a later stage is because we feel we may be able to do much faster. So at a later stage, we have one column which we have kept where the UID number will be fitted in. What will happen as a result of this whole system would be, I say today if we get the minimum wages, which is shown in the dark blue color, the minimum wages are, say in Maharashtra, on an average about 4,000 per month. That is the minimum wages across the sectors. We have 64 occupations and schedules. So across, I'm taking an average, very approximately, say 4,000. Right now, because it's not a transparent process and they are getting money in cash, so they are not paid the full amount, as you're all aware. The laborer gets cheated, he gets less than the minimum wages, and it's not reflected anywhere. So with this system and the online payments, he will get the minimum wages. So the dark blue will go up twofolds. The second thing which will also happen is, with all the wages coming into the banking sector, there would be a sufficient amount of float which is created in the banking system, which will improve sufficiently also, which will propel the economy further. Now I come to the second part, which is the departmental automation and computerization. Here, as I already mentioned, we have got broadly the 4 users with us. The department's own users are there, the business users are there, the workers are there, and the labor, including the labor unions and the banks. So like this, we have the 4 major users of our services. What we did while automating, we mapped about 400 processes which at present are going on in the labor department. And these 400 processes